What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Alison Moyet. We're going back to her 1987 album, Raindancing. And the next tune in the playlist is Stay. It could be a request, it could be a command, it could be a plea, an entreaty. Either way, it seems that one party is reaching out to another and urging them not to move on, not to leave, not to go to a different place, but instead to stay. Now, presumably, that means on some level physically, I suppose you could encourage someone to stay mentally in a relationship instead of beginning to wander or, half in the bag or whatever appropriate phrase might be used. But at the same time, I feel like even that would essentially relate to someone's physical presence. If they're willing to spend time together and go out places, then, they are staying. And if they're not willing to do that, they want to venture elsewhere, or at least not to be with the person. So I feel like we're likely treading on romantic, emotionally intimate grounds. So let's find out. This is Alison Moyet. The tune is Stay, and it's from the 1987 album Raindancing.
I have a horror of this place, and I'm accustomed to its face, and I am safe within its waves. But you leave me nothing in my hometown, and now you want to pull us down, but I can't help. And I can pray, and I will stay. I traced my way from Bluebell Hill to the park and further still, onto the rise beyond the mountains. And from this point I could see my life in its entirety, not before me on the ground. But you leave me nothing in my hometown, and now you want to pull us down. But I can't hope, and I can't pray, and I will stay.
It's a bit brighter here, a bit optimistic.
Let the cold air bite my face, for I am angry at this place, where nothing stays the same. It breaks my heart to let you go. Deep inside us we all know that you will not be back again. But you leave me nothing in my hometown, and now you want to pull us down. But I can't hope, and I can't pray, and I will
Shorter one. I thought that was going to go back around for another chorus reprise. But yeah, I like those backing vocals. So another one where we get multi-layered Alison. And I mean, honestly, I'll go with her on any voyage, any sonic journey. I just love her voice and, the different things it can do. And I find myself like on her side in her songs, even some where, I would later learn like, oh, she doesn't really sing this anymore because she doesn't identify with it. But I always find myself like, rooting for the character of her songs. So, yeah, it remains to be seen whether she can, convince this other person to stay, and whether the hope that she remains, or hope that she preserves is justified. But ultimately, it's a passionate tune. It's one that's about that feeling of, something's over, but somehow, you still would like to, find something to make it work, because you're still convinced that there's something meaningful there. So, yeah, it's a song with seemingly complicated emotions, and, it feels like a number of her tunes get at that. Whereas, there have been a couple that were more straight away one way or the other. But this is one that, even sonically, it felt heavy and a bit pained, and, the sort of perfect fitting atmosphere to what it sounds like she's saying. But there's that one section where it felt a bit more hopeful, optimistic. But the next line after that was a very like pessimistic sentiment. So it's interesting because, talking about change over time, and talking about how it's, predictable that things change, but at the same time, like, you don't want them to. So I guess it's, a coming to terms with what it's like to be a human sort of song at the same time. So a cool one. I enjoyed it. It felt, at the beginning like it was almost like a Yazoo style ballad, which, again, I know people talk about different producers she's worked with, and I always love Vince Clarke, but I've enjoyed hearing the different flavors over the couple albums that we've gone through. And this one, again, it had a bit more overtly electronic sound, which is why I think my brain went there. But either way, I enjoyed the down-tempo synth ballad feel to this one. So let me know if you agree. I will see you next time. Peace.